Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here with round 6 of Activision Blizzard Collegiate Overwatch. How you doing?
We're doing great, and round 6 is looking like it's going to be a great match because we're going to be facing off against UC Irvine. And they have, like GVU, they've always been a top contender, but they've been even on another level. I know in the CRA power rankings that came out, I believe they were ranked at number 6, which puts them, I think, 2 spots ahead of where they put Saints at number 8.
Yeah, they are a little bit ahead of us, but we are here to play.
Yeah,
I think.
Going in, we are a little bit of the underdogs, but, I'm sure that we are not going to shy away from the challenge. Going into Busan here, our first map is going to be Mecha Base. Mecha Base, very much Brawl favored. Yeah, and St. Clair, they love playing Brawl. Squeak is a huge fan of that Reinhardt, so... Oh, skins are enabled. How about that?
Yeah, should be a good time here today. Look at them move with that Symmetra TP already engaging. We're off to a fast start.
Yeah, you can see St. Clair trying to make the most of their speed. UC Irvine, they're going to be running a semi-brawl of their own. They have the Bastion, but they have a Genji and an Orisa rather than the Reinhardt and the Symmetra. But St. Clair, right away, they're trying to make the most. They push straight forward, and Noxious is going to find the first pick as Rhino goes down. Emran right there with his laser. Excal can't deflect that. And another pick goes down. St. Clair with a great opening start here as they take out UCI and put their foot down on the point.
And there we go. Great start from St. Clair. I know you're talking big talk about how we're the underdogs, but we're not seeing that here yet. Playing very, very well in keeping up the pressure.
Absolutely, yeah. Noxious doing some great work. You can see he's up to 60% ult charge already, and Razor is very close to the amplification matrix. But UC Irvine, they're going to go for a nice little rotation here, try and see if they can maybe get up on that bridge. But the Symmetra teleport is going to put St. Clair right on top of them. Squeak's able to start doing damage. Noxious is going to find the first pick with the pick onto Light. Supreme does take him out, but Redix is right there with the pick onto Rhino. UC Irvine down 2 already. Emran finds another over the side of St. Clair. And despite the flip coming through for UC Irvine, St. Clair is going to be right there to take it back immediately.
Yeah, the good site control indeed. They gave it up, but got the kills, turning it around for their team. And they got a lot of, they got map wall cooking, and they already got Symmetra all pretty much up. And they got good ult charges coming in here in this next team fight.
And we have an interesting swap. Supreme's actually going to be on the Ana now, so he's going to be looking to get value from his anti-nade, see if that can be the key to shutting St. Clair down. Noxious, he's just going to start early, use this Bastion ult, and he is going to find Otters. That's a great pick. With that, UC Irvine, they're just going to have to wait. They can't push in without the Lucio, so a nice bit of time bought for the side of St. Clair. Ooh, Emran trying to see if he could find the Genji, and Noxious is going to finish him off. Another huge pick. UCI is getting just taken out one by one right now. They have to go all the way back to spawn to make sure they can regroup and take the next fight safely.
Just getting picked off one by one indeed, separating them from the pack. But here they are, collected. They have Lucio ult to use here, so maybe they can make a good mad dash to the point and try and overturn this lead that the Saints had.
See Emran getting ready to pop this sim wall here. He's going to be looking for it. And there's actually the amplification matrix comes out first, and Emran finds a one-shot onto Supreme. Using that right click, and there's the sim wall to follow up. Otters is going to pop that sound barrier, see if he can keep his team alive. Excal isn't able to find anything with that blade. Did take out the immortality field, but that's not going to get much value in the long term. Redix is there to follow up, and once again, UC Irvine gets fought back, pushed into their spawn. You can see Noxious just charging forward, see if he can pick up this Bastion. Healing comes through, but not going to be quite enough. St. Clair just seems to be in complete control, and right now, UCI, they have to do everything they can just to even touch point.
Yeah, but there's the Bastion ult coming out, delaying any push.
They do get the overtime, but no one else can touch. St. Clair with a beautiful opening point.
Yeah, beautiful opening indeed. I'm starting to believe that you're making that underdog story up. Seems like St. Clair in the league, and now UC Irvine in the underdog position, looking to take a round and try and even up this map on Busan.
Absolutely. UCI, they don't seem to be ready for these TPs that are coming through from St. Clair, and Emran's doing a great job of also placing down like some bait TPs, and it's showing like so much value for the side of St. Clair there. Now we'll have to see how UCI wants to attack this next map. Brawl, a lot less strong here. We have a lot more sight lines, but looks like St. Clair, they are going to try and just stick with it. Those long sight lines do also mean long places to TP from, right? So
we're seeing the ball come out for UC Irvine, and they're switching to a more with Tracer, and there's a teammate. Oh, shaking his head. not liking the comp, I don't think.
Yeah, Rhino is a very talented ball player, so it's definitely plays in his favor. And you can see right away that slam came in, and it did delay the TP coming in from St. Clair a little bit. Is it going to be enough to give UCI the advantage they need? It's not, as Emran goes in with the right click, takes out Supreme, but Xgo trades it out really quick as he gets taken out himself, though. Both teams just finding picks here. We'll see which one comes out on top. Light was able to take out Razor, but they still have Red X there, enabled them, and Noxious stays up, placing down a lot of pressure, making it hard for UCI to push here.
Yeah, they have their work cut out for them here. They have very good site control, especially with those symmetric turrets up. It's not looking great for UC Irvine. Looking like another win for St. Clair, already out of the gate. Strong start. Maybe they can find something here. Got Otters on the back line, picking them off.
Yeah, a beautiful TP puts Noxious right into a winning position as he takes out Supreme. Supreme has really been getting close down hard here. Squeak, though, he was unfortunately a little too low, and Xgo was there with the follow-up. Now Rhino in the back line. He's going to be trying to hunt down Razor. A nice TP from Emran is going to make him back away. He's thinking twice about that. Once again, UCI just playing for this regroup here. Oh, Emran gets into a little bit of a 1v1 here with Kiriko.
Going there, there's Razor with the back wall ready to go. Ready to make this game-changing play, potentially. Razor behind him, he's got to take that ball out. There's the Immortality Field coming out.
Yeah, that being forced out is going to be big, but a nice TP is going to set him up behind UCI, and the window follow up. 2 picks coming off the back of that as Noxious and Emran both find one. Now, Noxious did get taken out. We'll see if UCI can capitalize on that and see if they can maybe start stabilizing. Rhino gets taken low, though, and once again has to back out. Just needs that healing there from his Kiriko and his Ana. He does get topped up. We'll see if he looks to go back in. UCI have nearly 5 ults on the board here, but percentage is ticking up for St. Clair.
Yeah, if they use their ults correctly here, they could make a massive push for this point, but getting down to the wire, they're going to have to make a push here. There's a Kitsune Rush, there's a Symmetra wall. Yeah,
Sim wall comes out from Emran, and Noxious uses his ult as well, seeing if he can find the pick onto the Ana. Gets taken low, does force Kiriko to go and help her, but it's not going to get value, whereas Noxious finds Rhino using his ult as well. The mines did go down. We'll see if they are going to get anything. It doesn't look like it, though, as St. Clair just pushes forward. Now the Nano onto Xcal. He uses the overclock as well. There's going to be a lot of damage coming in, but Red X had the beat, which is keeping St. Clair alive. Squeak gets antied, gets pushed down, just barely manages to live. Razor doing a great job of keeping him up. Now the Shatter comes in, finds a couple. Rhino charged out, and Squeak cleans up with a double to finish it off. Beautiful stuff from St. Clair as they're going to take our first map with back-to-back points.
Record time as well. That was a very quick first map. Well played by St. Clair. Well played by Squeak.
You can see the players there on stage. They're all grinning. They're very happy with that performance, I'm sure.
I think they were very nervous going into this game, but they proved that they were ready for it. Played very well.
Yep, Noxious doing a great job with the Bastion. You can see him using Airborne CPs to just constantly be catching UCI off guard. They just didn't really know how to respond to him, constantly being in these weird angles.
He's able to take out that Orisa there with that ult, just stacking all 3 blasts on one point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deletes them very, very quickly.
Yeah, that was just some great awareness from him. He knew that was the overtime scenario. Orisa had no choice but to try and touch. So he just put them all in her direct path, and she had no choice but to stand there and take it.
What are you going to do? Cancel the ult early? You want to at least try and land something, but they were ready for it. And maybe UC Irvine will make something work in the next map here.
Yeah, we'll have to see
what they're gonna cook
how
up.
next map ends up being up. If I'm UC Irvine, I don't think I want to take another brawl fight, though, because St. Clair, they looked handily in control. And our next map is actually going to be Numbani, so it looks like they're trying to do the same thing that we saw GVU do. Now, we are going to throw it to a quick break. Once we come back, we'll see if UCI can turn the tables or if Saints will continue to roll ahead. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. We are here with St. Clair College, UC Irvine Esports. Game 2, all on the line. St. Clair College, the underdog, but proving with that very exciting first win here. It'll be anyone's game here, depending on how UC Irvine plays this map.
Yeah, UC Irvine is going to be defending first up, and we see some interesting picks here. They're going to be running the D.Va on the defense, of course, very valuable in order to control those high grounds, get between point and the back corners very quickly. They're actually going to be running a Life Weaver, and this is not something that, this isn't remotely meta, let's say. It's very much a niche pick, but clearly they have a plan for it, so we'll see if it's going to get the value. St. Clair, though, they're not running very meta either. They're going to be running a Reaper, a Reinhardt, and a Cassidy without a Lucio or anything to kind of enable mobility here. So we'll have to see what exactly has changed in their game plan compared to the first match of the day.
I say let them cook. Here we are going on to the first point here. Like we were putting up some good stand on the D.Va here.
Right away, they're going to be pushing onto that high ground, force the D.Va to drop off, and it looks like the Reaper and the Kiriko are going to be the ones to engage onto that back corner. But Razor with a nice pick onto Otters. That's a big source of healing going down, and Noxious is going to take out Xcal. Two down for the side of UCI already. The D.Va taken very low as Squeak charges in to try and keep that pressure up. He's going to take out the D.Va. Oh, maybe not.
He slips out.
Baby D.Va still a threat, yeah. Just has to back away, but, you know, despite that, those picks came through so quick that UCI, they just aren't able to do anything. That point flip comes through almost instantly. 5 minutes on the clock for St. Clair. Great first push.
Yeah, amazing first push. Light switching onto the Hanzo there, I think.
Yeah, and you know, at this point you gotta wonder, like, is the Life Weaver the vulnerability? Like, if you're running the Brig or something there, do you see a bit more success, or?
I don't know. All I know is that the St. Clair's pick seems to be working tremendously with the McCree and the Reaper.
Yeah,
pretty well, but as I say that, he's run into some trouble here.
Yeah, Xcal and Rhino try to force down Emran. Oh, a nice one tap from Noxious is going to put an end to that. The Ana was actually sitting here behind, and that's going to be a quick kill for Emran as well. Light trying to make the most of the situation by taking out Noxious, but St. Clair does still have a huge numbers advantage. The Ana is down, so it's a lack of healing for the side of UCI. They're still pushing the point without really any worries. Oh, Emran playing a little risky there. 2 headshots coming in from Light, but aren't quite enough to take him out. Now, Otter's forced to use the grip on the D.Va, pull her out of there, keep her alive. Squeak goes in right back, takes a pin on Light. That's going to be this second point is not even getting contested. That's it.
They're moving very, very quickly on these objective points here. Already only have 5 minutes on the clock. As slow as they want.
Noxious is doing such a great job of marking Xcal. He has the nade, but even when that nade doesn't hit, he's just finding the headshots from afar, putting down so much pressure. And yeah, you can see Xcal, he's had enough of this. He's going to be taking on the Bastion and just trying to put a ton of pressure onto Squeak.
UC Irvine has 4 ults on the board here, though. They can try and stop this push whenever they please.
Absolutely.
But St. Clair also is amassing those ults. They have 3.
Yeah, St. Clair hasn't really had to use anything other than the
big team fight. There's
and Noxious with a pick finds 2. Noxious in the back line now, going to be pressuring down this D.Va. Goes for the fan, the hammer, gets eaten up. But St. Clair, they're still positioned on the point, putting down a lot of damage. Supreme sitting here on the back line, doing everything he can to try and keep his team alive. He did take out Razor, but the point is still moving. Now we see Xcal and Rhino there on the point, testing it, pushing St. Clair back a little bit. Emran, he has the Death Blossom.
Lurking on the back line here.
Redix! He actually won that matchup against Light. He was not ready for that at all. You can see he just completely caught off guard. He had the dragons up as well. Now Squeak does get purpled, seeing if he can get that shatter before he dies. Not quite able to as Supreme takes him out. Now the dragon's coming in from spawn. It is finally going to be Saints getting forced back. The first time in this match that the cart has actually been in control of UCI.
3 meters away from the final point. They finally get pushed off the objective.
Yeah. But, you know, if you're the side of St. Clair, you are not worried at all. You have 4 minutes still on the clock. You have 2 ults, one being a shatter, which is, you know, UCI, they don't have anything to block a shatter. They don't have a cleanse. They don't have... The best thing they'll be able to do is use Life Grip to maybe pull someone out of it who gets caught. They're going to be going for a fast rotation here. Go around the side. See, Squeak's looking for it. There it is. Shatter comes out, is able to hit the D.Va. Is it going to be enough, though? Well, Squeak gets left and purple there by Supreme. And now Rhino charges right back in. You can see the Death Blossom coming out there from Emran. Takes D.Va low. Does force a self-destruct. Squeak goes down, but St. Clair, they're getting the kills they need. Xcal goes down. Razor finding picks of his own. And Redix comes in for one more. St. Clair completing the map with 3:47 on the clock. That is an absolutely amazing performance.
I know that map was attack-sided last time, but I don't even think that was a factor here. They just played amazingly well and rushed it down, getting the objective there in record time.
Yeah, St. Clair, they came out with an unorthodox comp, to be sure, but it worked wonders for them. As UCI, they were completely caught off guard, and with good reason. Chances are they've never scrimmed that point before, or not that point, but they've never scrimmed that comp before, especially not with the Reaper. We haven't really seen much of Cass in a long time either. So even though it might not be the most optimal comp in a vacuum, just the chaos it created, and the fact that Saints were able to thrive through that chaos and have they just took control of the game. There was nothing UCI could do.
Yeah, Noxious was on point with the Cassidy shots, you know, taking out the Tracer. That's such an annoying thorn in your side, peppering you from all angles, hard to catch, hard to pin down. Just being able to take that out in one quick headshot is such a bonus there for St. Clair.
And now we seem to have completely swapped back to the good old days as UCI. They're going to be taking the Saints comp from map 1 with the Sim comp, with the Bastion. We'll have to see if this is, like, the fact that they didn't start with this makes me think that this isn't their most practiced comp. So they might be getting forced onto something they're not comfortable with here.
It's true.
Are they going to be able to find value? This is like what we think is the meta right now.
I want to point out the Torbjorn on St. Clair's side. I haven't seen that yet.
Torbjorn is fairly decent right now, but it's definitely better when you're playing against, like, flankers or flyers, people that have lots of mobility that the turret can take advantage of, right? Against this comp from UCI, the Torbjorn is not gonna find all that much value. But as I say that, you know, the turret might not find value, but Emran doesn't need the turret. He's just finding these headshots out here on his own.
Emran is the turret propelling his team to victory here, but looks like they're gonna have to back out and give up sight here. He's all stuck in this weird little hallway.
They're stuck in this hallway, and losing their Sim means they've lost their mobility. They don't have an escape route right now. The best they'll be able to do is maybe use their Lucio. Now they start pushing out here, seeing if they can maybe get a rotation on that high ground, maybe even regroup with their Symmetra as she comes back from spawn. They are doing a good amount of damage. That Bastion is putting in work, but is it going to be enough? Oh, but St. Clair, they realize that Symmetra's isolated. See, they try and go for her, but as that happens, Rhino's actually going to take out Noxious with a fire strike from afar. And now they've started putting their foot down on the point, getting the capture percentage up. St. Clair, they're still nowhere to be seen. Now, finally, they start contesting the point. Supreme is going to take out their turret, and XCal falls up with a pick onto Emran. Unfortunately, St. Clair, they split, didn't work out for them. They got picked off from behind. UCI was just able to stay there that whole time, continue looking for value, and it ended up working really nicely for them as the cap comes through.
And there we go. They finally capped that point. You know, you can see Irvine, great push. A little more hard fought than St. Clair's push, but just like that, they're already pushing all the way back here. Not letting them get even close to the payload.
Yeah. And St. Clair, they are deciding to go right into the mirror. They've put Emran on the Sim and Noxious on the Bastion. So now it's just going to be a mirror matchup. Whichever one of them play this comp better, that will likely be who comes out the victor here.
There's a teleport coming out. Symmetra already. Here we are. Noxious on the Bastion here, trying to find some way in here, but just playing it back, pushing the payload, playing very safe.
Yeah, and UCI has the ult advantage, so they should be able to make the most of their momentum. As I say that, Razor's going to be popping the window and is going to take out Rhino. XCal is able to find the Immortality Field. Both Immortality Fields gone now. Every damage done is going to be deadly here. We can see Noxious trying to push forward. Pushes right into the Sim walls though, as they are doing a lot of damage, and Otters is going to be able to take on Emran. But a huge shatter from Squeak. He lays 3 down on the ground, goes straight in to find the follow-up, and they're going to chase down the Bastion as well. A beautiful shatter from Squeak. You can see he found the perfect opportunity to weave that in. As you see, Irvine was trying to maybe get a disengage. He just decided to shut that down, put them on the ground, and then in the ground.
Yeah, still not letting up the pressure here. Still trying to keep them off of this payload. You got to back up to a more safer degree here. Rhino does have Earth Shatter ready, so I think he's looking to use it very soon with how he's jumping around. He's waiting for that wall to go down.
He's trying to weave it around the corner, and it's going to be the wall coming out from light. It's going to be enabling UCI to take a lot of space here, but St. Clair, they're just going to retreat into this room, play the natural cover. They know they're safe in there as long as they don't get heavily aggressed on. And UCI, they don't want to heavily aggress. Another window coming out from Razor. He is charging these at Mach 10, but a huge shatter from Rhino is laying down 3 from the side of St. Clair. Fortunately, the beat was able to keep them up for a little bit, but not quite long enough as XCal is able to pick off Red X. Now Emran pops the Sim wall of his own. We'll have to see if it's going to be enough. Squeak laid down another shatter, but no picks coming through. Rhino finds Emran with the charge, and now UCI, they do have the van advantage here. As XCal takes out Noxious, they are going to be able to take this fight and maybe even the point.
I do think they take the checkpoint here indeed. Looks like the Saints have to regroup here and make another push. That was a great push by UC Irvine, getting back to where they need to go speedily as they can with a TP already pushing them up here.
Yeah, St. Clair and UCI both use like all their ults. XCal the only one with an ult online here. But on this defensive side of the map on point C, St. Clair's comp should have the advantage, especially with that Bastion able to pressure down Rhino, force him to back away. A nice TP is going to enable Fight to take a bit of a nice angle here, and the ult is not quite going to find anyone from XCal. But St. Clair, they are starting to be taken low. Razor has another Baptiste window. The Amplification Matrix have come through so fast, and they're going to make the most of it as Squeak goes straight forward and takes out Rhino. Now Noxus charges forward, has that minigun firing from behind the shield, and just takes out everyone from UCI, forced to either die or back to their spawn. You can see St. Clair. Razor has been doing such a great job of building these amplification windows, and the Saints as a whole have been doing a great job of following up. And UCI, they're just not quite able to match that pace.
Yeah, even if they don't completely repel this push, they have delayed the time by a great margin. They're already in not in the lead anymore. So with Rhino as the Earth Shatter here, it could be very but
Noxious.
Taken out.
Yeah, Noxious got caught off guard there. It seemed like he took the TP, but the rest of his team wasn't quite ready for it to keep him up through it. So UCI, they just turn around and turn him into Swiss cheese. Now the window coming in from Supreme is going to be right on that cart, which means St. Clair, they're not going to be able to back away from it that easily. The window's going to follow them around that corner. UCI does have a couple ults online. St. Clair with nothing on the board quite yet. Cart is inching ever closer to that third checkpoint.
Ever so slowly marching steadily onwards. There's a TP from Light. There's a wall, big wall.
Yeah, Light goes all the way behind.
Vitality Field is also up.
Yeah, Emran responds with a wall of his own. Squeak get caught out though as he gets taken out by XCal and Rhino there. And now the beat comes in from Otters. Redx responds with a beat of his own, but two have already gone down for the side of St. Clair. Is it going to be enough? Emran does take out XCal. It's a big source of damage gone, but Otters is still alive. He's still hunting.
Redx
you can see Redx, he's doing a good job of stalling. Otters though is being absolutely bloodthirsty right now as he finds two. And we'll see if Redx can even make it back to the point. A nice block coming through from Rhino. Squeak not able to find anything with that. Noxious has come back and is going to be putting down pressure, but will it be enough to find any value? A charge comes through from Rhino, doesn't quite find the pick, but you can see Otters, he just goes straight for it. He takes the 1v1 with Noxious and comes out on top. He is no fear right now, and that enables Rhino to just go all the way in. Razor is still alive, keeping his team up, but it might not be enough. The Zuzu comes through, keeps Squeak up for a little longer, but UCI, the ults are too strong, and they're going to be able to find the cap with 141. Not quite as fast as St. Clair, but still a great performance.
Yeah, great performance all around, but St. Clair does have the time lead. It could be anyone's game here. Now I feel like your UC Irvine has figured out what makes the Saints tick, and they are finding out their weaknesses and playing very, very well against them.
Absolutely.
So this next map, or next round, should be very interesting.
Yeah, UCI, they realized that St. Clair, they just seemed to, despite the fact that Razor was doing such a great job with building those amplification matrix, the reason he was able to build them so fast was because UCI, they're just dealing a lot more damage, and so they're taking advantage of that, and eventually that damage is just going to hit the break point, and from there it does become a bit of a snowball, right? And of course we have to give a huge shout out to Otter. I lost track of how many times he popped up with the kill feed there in that final fight, but he was being an absolute menace. Like, he just, you could see in that final fight when Noxious came back out of spawn, tried to lay down pressure onto the tank. Otters was right there, forced him to completely split his attention. And then he actually ended up finding the kill too. And it was just such a great performance. Like, that's a Lucio who goes above and beyond what his role is.
Exactly. Not just providing great support for the team, dancing around, holding those checkpoints. He's there getting the kills when he can get them. He's playing his role very, very well. Not overextending, but just extending the right amount and playing very, very well.
Yeah. Now, both teams are going to be going on the Rhine here again, but Emran is on the Junkrat. So, this is going to be a bit of a mobility sacrifice, but you have a lot more damage, especially under that shield. Those Junkrat mines are going to be huge, and if he can catch the Sim TP, that's going to be potential for one-shots to just come through out of nowhere. See him hiding, here's the TP, he's looking for it, and there it is. He combines with Noxious. That damage is just too strong, immediately takes out Otters, and once again, UCI have lost a member on their opening rotation. Now, will Saints actually punish it this time, or will UCI do the same thing they did, where they just kind of held their ground, and then re-engaged to find a kill?
This would be the latter of that. So, Emran doing a very good job of preventing this push. Wow, big TP, but all getting
that's
caught in the
exactly
mines.
what we were talking about. Emran doing such a great job using those concussive blasts to completely disrupt the TP. And now that finds Excal with the trap as well. Despite the fact that he got taken out, finds value from beyond the grave, and the rest of St. Clair, they're more than happy to follow up.
And only 40 seconds left on the clock for UC Irvine. It is getting down to the wire here.
Yeah, you can see no ult online for them. Whereas St. Clair, they look like they'll be winning the race to the amplification matrix. And of course, on a map like Umbani, where you have high ground, you can set up your Bastion to take advantage of that. That's going to be very valuable.
Oh, you don't want to be in this compressed space against a Junkrat.
Yeah,
all the
right
bombs.
away, so much damage comes through, and he just deletes the teleporter pad. Yeah. Now UCI, they're going to be stuck in this room until their teleporter cooldown comes back up, and it looks like they realize that. So they're just going to rotate out, go through main. They know the Junkrat's going to have much more limited value in this wide open space.
But still not empty value. Playing a good job peppering on a little bit of damage, but it looks like a much better push all around for UC Irvine Esports.
Yeah, there it is. The window comes through from Razor, and he finds a pick right off the back of it. Excal goes down, and Noxious has put himself right on point. He cleans up Rhino. The rest of UCI, they fall shortly after. You can see Supreme trying to make a desperate last stand, but he's not quite going to be able to find picks. And even if he did, St. Clair, they're all alive. They're all finding value. Great stuff from St. Clair. That Bastion paying off in dividends.
And now all they have to do is cap that point just a little bit, and that is another game for St. Clair College.
Yeah, with 3 minutes
coaching going on there.
And the best part is, I'm pretty sure that they did not let UCI even get a tick. So at worst, they will be getting a draw. There is no way for Saints to lose this. The very worst they can do is get a draw. So the win is in their hands. They just need to not let it slip.
Yeah, and usually it's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but you know, it's much more likely that you're able to cap the point and then take the payload all the way up the long way to match the other team. So it's looking pretty good for St. Clair here. It looks like they're going pretty fast.
UCI is going to be taking a page right out of the Saints playbook, and they're going to be running a Junkrat of their own this time.
It worked. It worked really well.
It did, and we're going to have to see if UCI can make it work to the same effectiveness that Emran did. And we'll have to see if Saints can avoid making the mistakes that UCI did playing against this Junkrat. Now, given that Saints was the first to pull out the Junkrat, I would like to think that they have the knowledge and the know-how of how to beat it as well. But we'll have to see if UCI has something up their sleeve.
I think they might get delayed here. I don't think they're expecting to see the Junkrat. So they might walk into a trap the first time, but hopefully the second time they go in with that knowledge and are able to cap the objective.
Absolutely. If I'm St. Clair here, I'd like to see a TP maybe up onto that right side high ground, far away from the Junkrat. Like, you don't want to allow him to be getting free shots to open. It looks like they might actually try and go for a charge straight on the point.
They're quiet. They're sneaking around.
They are. TP comes through, and they all get through successfully. The Junkrat did not get any value. Oh, and Squeak with the first pick onto Excal. That's huge. They're already almost capped. Noxious takes out Rhino. Noxious takes out Otters as well. And the rest of UCI can't even touch map 2, going the way of St. Clair Saints.
Wow.
Beautiful performance from them. That's exactly what we talked about. You have to know how to counter the Junkrat. And so how do you do it? You just find the bait. TP somewhere the Junkrat can't reach.
Play a little sneaky too.
Yeah, at that point, once you get through the TP, then it just becomes a regular brawl, and there the Sim gets value. The Bastion gets huge value. Yeah, Excal did do a great job here with this Bastion, the defense, but yeah, Saints are going to be walking away from this map the winners. Just some great team play, some great coordination, and some great strategies coming out from the Saints. Like, that's really what it felt like here. Mechanics-wise, these teams were very even. Rhino went toe-to-toe with Squeak, but the strategies and the game plan was just... There was just a diff there.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, they played very smartly, very intelligently. And I'm really curious about how this next map goes, because then it's 3-0 for the Saints if they can win this next map just as well as they've won the last two.
Absolutely, yeah. UCI, they're in a position where they're going to have to reverse sweep if they want to win. And that's not exactly an easy thing to do, especially not against guys of these caliber, right?
Exactly. You don't want to get too confident. You want to get overconfident. You want to keep giving it your all as they have been. And I don't know. I'm worried about do we know what the next map is in the back there? No?
Yeah.
But we'll just keep talking about this last map.
Yeah, so while we wait for the teams to decide the next map, it is, of course, going to be UCI's map pick. And I'm sure they're scrambling to figure out what is going to be the thing that can secure them a win condition. But we'll be seeing how that comes up there on map 3. So don't go anywhere. We're going to throw it to a quick break, but we'll be back to see if Saints are going to win it here or if JVU will, or sorry, I was still looking at the wrong screen.
Yeah,
if UCI will be able to start a reverse sweep. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Activision Blizzard Collegiate Overwatch. Today we have UC Irvine Esports versus St. Clair College. It is Game 3 here on Saravasa. Apostle, what are you thinking about this?
Well, Saints are at match point here. So UCI, you know that they're starting to feel the pressure. Saints breathing down their necks. They want to clean this up fast, and they want to clean it up well. They're going to be trying to run the grind comp that's brought them to victory so far. Was UCI, looks like Afternoon Bonnie, they don't want to opt into that matchup. They're going to be trying to run the Junker Queen. And we did see this work fairly well for GVU in just the previous match. But I'm sure Saints have come up with ways to counter it since then.
Definitely. They've probably been thinking, you got to learn from your losses. And hopefully they have here today.
Absolutely.
Here they are, moving very quickly.
Yeah, UCI, they do have that Kiriko, so trying to leverage that protection Suzu, see if they can maybe enable some quick dives, but you can see Squeak on that Reinhardt is going to be holding this choke, just being a steadfast bastion to keep them away.
Yep, already got them backed up on the point at this choke here. And just like that, they have the cap, if I am not wrong. There we go.
First point going the way of St. Clair so far. And you can see XCal and Light are trying to set up in kind of off angles and set up a crossfire here onto Squeak. We'll see if it can be effective. But Squeak is going to go straight in. They're going to try and chase down the Junker Queen. Noxious looks for it, but they are able to kind of fight back and stay alive. Oh, Noxious gets very low. XCal doing a great job of pressuring from the side, but Otter's there to follow up. And Rhino finds one of his own. Both DPS for the side of St. Clair are going down now. Rhino does get taken out himself, though. Got a little bit too aggressive. And Squeak is going to be there to try and block off. XCal has to back away, does not want to challenge that window.
Yep, already have a window up already. It's so quick. There's Squeak getting another kill.
Yeah, Otter just jumping straight into that one, took it face first. And St. Clair, they're going to continue to rack up the percentage here as they pass the halfway mark. And it looks like with the way percentage goes up on this map, this is likely going to be the last chance for UCI. If they don't win this, first point is definitely going to go the way of St. Clair. No ults online for them quite yet. But St. Clair, they don't have anything quite yet either. The next closest thing might be the Redux sound barrier, but I'm guessing he's going to want to save that for the Genji blade, so.
Yeah, it is looking pretty close here, but I think it's definitely...
Oh, there it is. The sound barrier comes out. It wants to enable Squeak to go aggressive, and it looks like it's going to work as Razor finds Light, and now Redux is right there to follow over the pick as well. Otters did take out Squeak, but is it going to be too little too late? Otters goes down now to Noxious. The Kitsune Rush was popped, but yeah, UCI, they're just not quite able to make it to the point on time, and first point does go the way of St. Clair. They've just been looking so dominant here. Remember, UCI was ranked higher than us according to the official Overwatch Collegiate power rankings. And we are making them look like this is their first time playing the game. Like, they just seem completely incapable of handling St. Clair's aggression.
Yeah, St. Clair is reading them like a book for sure. We know they have trouble on this map, but we're not seeing that at all here. There's Bastion ult coming out from Noxious, delaying any push on this side. There is the Junker Queen ult.
Oh, it's going to hit everyone except Razor is going to be feeling the brunt of that, and Rhino is going to follow up with a pick onto Razor. St. Clair taking a lot of damage there. Despite that, they do find first cap, but it looks like UCI is going to be right there to immediately swing it back as Light pops the blade, and Otter is right there to help him out as they takes down 2, and yeah. Finally, UCI are going to be putting percentage up on the board.
They finally flipped the point, and now we got a game on our hands. You know, that was a very overwhelming start from St. Clair, but you know, with this game mode, that's how it was last time, I think, also for St. Clair, and then they just couldn't find the point again. So we will see if UC Irvine.
Yeah, and UCI is definitely not a team that you can count out at any point. They have been ranked one of the top teams for a long time for a reason, and we're gonna try and show us why that is right here. As Light dashes in, puts on a lot of pressure, but Squeak goes in, finds Shatter, isn't gonna get any kills off the back of it quite yet, but he's got them all locked up in that room. That hammer doing so much damage as he finds picks. Rhino was able to trade out, but is it going to be enough? It is not, as Saints have once again flipped the point right back, losing only one person there. And, you know, Squeak, he's going to be back quick as he charges forward.
Redux does have the sound wave in case things go awry, but it's looking pretty good for St. Clair right now.
But the thing is, he might not even need it. UCI, they have no ults on the board.
Exactly. They are looking pretty good for this next point. Already almost even here. Now here's the next team
Noxious
fight.
gets pulled forward by that knife. A great shot from Rhino is going to force the beat to come out from Redux early just so he can keep Noxious up. But now that Noxious has been kept up, he's free to go all the way forward. Finds 2 right off the back of that. And Squeak Takes one off of his own. Light still staying alive here. Not going to be quite enough, though. 80% now. UCI, I don't think they can touch at this point.
I think they can touch, but I do not think they can cap. They're going to have to funnel in here as fast as they can.
If you're UCI at this point, just cut your losses, focus on going to the next point. You can see they're waiting for it. They're just going to they're trying to predict where it's going to unlock. We'll see how close they are. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be
a little bit of a temple
area right here.
Yep, Palace is the next point here. What would you do if you're UC Irvine here?
Well, it looks like they're sneaking around. They're going to try and catch St. Clair off on the rotation. They know that St. Clair is going to try. They use the TP there.
Try and pass through here.
There it is. Now, UCI, they press the go button. They charge right in. We'll see if they can find a pick. Lamp comes out early. Noxious is able to find one, but he gets taken out himself with Otters, finding that pick. Now, both teams losing one. The point is about to open here. 5 seconds. Emran uses the wall, and the Kitsune Rush comes out from the side of UCI. Both teams very much wanting to commit to this fight. St. Clair, they do still have more ults available to them. Light is going to be on his way back with that Genji Blade. We'll see if he pops it once he gets back. Supreme staying at a distance, just laying down Kunai, putting out healing. Manages to destroy Emran's sentry turrets, but hasn't gotten much else. Now Light pops the Genji Blade. He charges forward. He's taken very low, but isn't going to get taken out. But as I say that, Squeak lays down the Shatter, and Razor finds up with a pick onto Rhino. Now Light did find one with Genji Blade, and Supreme is there to help him out. Squeak staying alive, but Light doing such a great job. He didn't even need the Blade. He's getting more value without it.
Yeah, what an amazing play by UC Irvine there. There they go. First time to get first cap on a point. They're in a good position here.
It was a very expensive fight, though. Cost the Kitsune Rush, the Blade, the Overclock, and the only thing they're going to have left is the beat, which isn't too bad, because St. Clair, they did also have to use a lot, but Redix is on his way to a beat of his own. So we'll have to see.
Ooh, Redix almost died there.
He did, yeah. The spam damage coming through from both teams here, very strong. Now, the TP is going to come through. Squeak gets right in. They're going to be looking to charge onto Rhino. Rhino pushes forward, uses that shout, is going to be able to take out the Immortality Field, and Redix is going to be taken out as well. Noxious sat up here on the high ground. He's going to take out XL. Both DPS down for UCI now. The beat comes through, but it is too late. It's only the supports left alive. He's going to be able to get some stall here, but St. Clair, they're not going to be held back. They're going to be taking this cap.
And they already got the cap going here. UC Irvine does have 58 on the board, but St. Clair can quickly close that distance if they can delay their push for as long as they can.
Now Rhino's going to be swapping to the Zarya here. This is a very famous hero for him. One of the heroes he made his name on back in his early days as a competitor, and it'll be exciting to see if he can still find that same success here.
Yeah, they must be wanting to try and deal with all these Symmetra turrets here.
But St. Clair, they're using the exact same game plan as before. They run down Rhino, use the beat to stay alive. Rhino gets taken out. The point flip did come through from UCI, but St. Clair, they're the ones lighting up the kill feed right now as they push forward, and they're immediately going to flip the point right back.
Yeah, it is looking
as I
pretty
say
good
that,
for
though.
UC Irvine. They're getting the kills when they need them. Light is going off. Light has Dragon Blade ready as well. He needs to use it.
Squeak went for the Shatter, but Light is just too quick, and he jumps right over that as he finds 2 more picks. Light just started going crazy there. He managed to punish St. Clair's overextension, found picks out of nowhere, got the dash resets, and just continued shredding them. And he has a Blade now as well. UCI, they actually have quite a few ults. Noxious is going to be starting it using that Bastion ult.
It's getting close, 95% on the board. It's going to be an overtime. It's going to be a quick one. Wall and Kitsune Rush come out.
Yeah, Xcal is going to be the first to find a pick as Emran goes down. And now, fortunately, that's going to be a big source of damage gone. Noxious sitting up here on that high ground, so he can find anything, but gets dashed on by Light, who has that Zarya bubble to keep him completely safe as he just takes out Noxious. Now Xcal and Otters are lighting up the kill feed. Otters doing such a great job with this aggressive Lucio. He gets a quick little 3K, and that point is going to go the way of UCI. Great stuff from them.
Yeah, there's a team kill. Just like that, it seems like UC Irvine is figuring out the Saints game plan. Switching over to Zarya, it seemed like a great pick there.
Yeah, using the bubbles to enable Light's aggression is definitely seems to be paying off so far.
Yeah, it seems much more comfortable on the Zarya here, using its kit to its full effect here. Yeah, St. Clair only need to cap 1 more point if I'm correct.
Yeah, they only need 1 more, but UCI, they have 4 ults on the board, so it's going to be tough for them. UCI, they can engage with whatever they want. It looks like Rhino's going to be going for a flank, maybe seeing if he can get a cheeky grab here onto the back line. He's looking for it, holding it for now. He probably wants to see that Immortality Field come out first before he pops that. Oh, there's a bubble onto the Blade. Light is going to be looking for huge value. He finds Emran, finds Razor as well, and Rhino's there to clean up. Light makes 3. And
that's a team kill.
UCI, using only 2 ults, are able to capture that point. They do still have the overclock and the grab online, which are both going to be very valuable ults. It's going to be on Reddick to see if he can get that sound barrier before the grab comes out.
Yeah, it is getting very close here. If you see Irvine can get this, and it's all tied up for this match. So
yeah. Oh, a nice bait TP laid down by Emran. They're actually going to shatter in straight to point using that speed boost. Now the overclock comes out from XL, who gets taken very low, but not quite taken out. As he goes back in, starts looking for shots. Emran takes out Light, and the shatter isn't going to find anything. It looks like Rhino had that bubble, and the Kitsune the Suzu is going to be able to keep him up. And yeah, the beat from Redix is going to be all he needs in order to keep St. Clair sustained through this fight. But Rhino did hold on to that grab.
Ooh, and I think they wiped them off the board there, and that is looking pretty good for St. Clair. If they can hold this point, they will win 3-0 against UC Irvine. They don't want to let that happen. They want to put up a good fight. They want to stay in this here. So they are going to fight with all they got. They have the Graviton ready. Rhino leading the charge here.
Yeah. Noxious with an early Bastion ult is going to force the Suzu, but not going to find a kill. We'll have to see if Saints wants to go aggressive and try and follow up on that. Not quite. So unfortunately, that Bastion ult isn't going to really get much value. But this window from Razor might get something. Noxious looks great. The grab comes out. He gets Squeak. The Immortality Field does come out. Squeak gets taken low, but not taken out. He manages to escape and finds a pick on his way out. Redix is there with the pick onto Light. This is a very tough situation for UCI now as we get closer and closer to those final percents.
Saints are in the lead now, 70%. It's getting very, very close here. UC Irvine has like one good push left, and they have no ults on the board, so it's looking very, very good for the Saints here. They have the wall, Sim wall.
Yep, the win condition is in Saints' hands. We're gonna need to see some absolutely insane performances come up from UCI. Just picks have to come through somehow. Bubbles used onto Light there. Well, unfortunately, he didn't go in, so not much value is getting shown. Now, the overtime, the Fire Strike is going to be able to take out Light. The beat comes there from Otters, but it might be too late as Emran is high charge. He's shredding through the bubbles, and they're not even able to touch St. Clair. Saints winning against UCI 3-0.
Wow. Ranked higher, but we can do it.
You can see how happy the Saints are to win that. It's such a dominant performance over a team that's so highly rated. They are more than happy to be walking away with this win here today. Such a great performance from them. Of course, UCI, I think they definitely showed up where we expected. Like Otters, he was doing a great job as Lucio. But what it came down to was just the teamwork, the strategies. Like St. Clair, they just seem to be on the same page all the time. Whereas for UCI, the fights they won were based on their teamwork, using the bubbles to enable the Genji, but there just weren't enough of those moments coming through for them.
Yeah, that was an amazing play. That was just, the Saints just played very, very well. Great ult usage, great, just spacing, and great getting those rush downs when they need them,
Absolutely.
Just well played overall. Like UC Irvine played very well, but I don't know, Saints just played better today.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be a great win to kind of like put fear into the hearts of our future opponents, because UCI, they are not a school that you want to like take lightly. And Saints being able to put them down in 3-0 fashion, that's right away, that's flexing your power level.
Yeah, that was crazy, but watch out, everybody. Saints are coming back. They're very good. Great. Yeah. GV gave us a run for our money, but UC Irvine got them once we got going. Had a good match.
You know what? I think what a lot of that might have been here now, with the benefit of hindsight. I think we definitely have spent our time preparing for these top level teams, like the top 5, the top 8. They're the ones that we want to be able to beat. So it could have been that GVU, not being quite ranked as high, they were that kind of caught Saints off guard, the same way that I think we caught UCI off guard, right? And that ended up actually being a closer match. But once it came to actually contending with one of the top dogs here, Saints were more than ready. They were able to put in their game plans, and they worked wonders.
Yeah, well, thank you to everybody in the back here today. Amanda, Tommy, Ari, there's some new people here today. TJ, yep. TJ and Mr. Danners, and thank you very much, Apostle, for joining me here today. We had a great time, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.